Welcome back. The Eyethu Lifestyle Centre in Mofolo Village in Soweto will host a live jazz session this evening. Now, the lineup for this event boasts legendary jazz musicians and will be led by Khaya Mahlangu, a jazz legend himself. Now, organisers of the event say the aim of this event is to take place regularly. For more on this, we are joined in studio by Lerato Shabalala, and she's the Public Relations and Marketing Coordinator of the event, as well as Khaya Mahlangu, and he's a jazz legend. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Love.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
No, Lerato, it's the... Us, yeah. Oh, all right. No, thank you so much. Lerato, let me start with you. Yes. This is the first time that this type of event is taking place. How did you conceptualize it, and why have it in Soweto specifically?
Okay, so Eyethu Lifestyle Centre, kind of like we're reactivating the history of Eyethu Cinema, which was the first black-owned cinema in Soweto, and its nature and its culture was for the people, and it empowered them by exposing them to arts, which is a form of mental and self-liberation and freedom. So now we right across the road, and we are plugging back into the arts and culture and giving that platform back to the community of Soweto. And we've hosted other events of this nature. This year, we were one of the official venues for International Jazz Day, and the reception we got just showed us that there is the culture, it's rife in Soweto, and it just needs people to invest in it, and we are doing that.
Thank you so much for that, Lerato. Now, Khaya, performing live is nothing new to you. You've done this for a very long time. Being a legend, what does it mean for you to be part of a lineup such as this that looks towards, giving back to the community at large?
First, I am very pleased to be part of a movement to bring arts to the people. Because a lot of people always say, hey, but you perform in town. So, in a sense, we're trying to expose people to venues in Soweto, and we encourage people who have venues to incorporate live music, in their planning, because there's a great number of talented musicians in this country. It's just unbelievable. All we need to do is just to expose it, give it a platform, because I've been doing it so long, and I'd really love for the younger musicians to be seen, to be heard. That's why one of my slogans is support local artists, lend an ear to local music, because also we have a lot of music from abroad that's being played in the airways, and so we need to turn this around, I think. If I was a Minister of Culture, I would decree that we should have more South African music, or music by South African composers and artists being played in the radio and television.
Lerato, let's look at sustainability. Khaya has just, touched on it a little bit. Part of what you're hoping to achieve with this event specifically is to have it on a regular basis.
Yes.
In terms of, costs involved, is that viable?
Well, in Soweto, we found that obviously the spending capital is not, we can't cost an event at 150, 200, 300, which is generally what you get for concerts. So, so for us, how we work on it is, it's usually a collaboration of the locals and the musicians coming together, but it does require a lot of support from the public, and it does require a bit of a financial investment given the economies of scale within those environments. So it's tough, but I think there is a community or market with the capital that just needs to know about such projects, and I believe they are keen to invest. So I guess the biggest challenge is, how do we manage that communication? How do we expose ourselves? Because I believe there are people who appreciate such initiatives, and they do acknowledge that music is employment as well. So it's bridging that gap.
In closing, Khaya, for somebody who's never seen you perform before, it would be surprising. What can they expect from you?
Well, it's good stuff. I'm playing mostly my original music and mostly new music, which I intend recording very soon. So it's a way of like testing it out on the public. Hopefully they like it. Hopefully they like it. And it will be fireworks. There's Mongezi Konjo on the piano, Sianda Zulu on trumpet, Dumelo Otibeng on the bass, and Busiso Nyirongo on drums.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. I loved what you said about us lending an ear to local music, because it is ours and we need to be proud of it.
We need to take ownership.
We have to.
Definitely.
We have to.
And own our spaces.
Yes, that's true as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
That was Lerato Shabalala, Public Relations and Marketing Coordinator, as well as Khaya Mahlangu, a jazz legend, talking to us about the Eyethu Jazz session that will be taking place this evening at the Eyethu Lifestyle in Mofolo Village in Soweto. Now remember, you can also continue to tweet us. We are at Morning Live SABC on Twitter and Morning Live SABC on Facebook. We're back with more after this.